Hey, Word Nerds! Happy Sunday and welcome to our live chat. This week we are gearing up for Camp NaNoWriMo, which is happening next month. And if you haven't heard already, the Word Nerds are going to be participating in NaNoWriMo's official channel, YouTube channel during the month. So we're very, very, very excited about it. So this week we're just getting ready and kind of deciding what we're going to work on. And we want to get ready with all of you because the more people that participate, the more fun it's going to be for everybody. So I guess to start off, are all of you guys taking part this year or in camp? Yeah?
I haven't decided what I'm doing, but...
I haven't either. I don't know.
This is the time.
Yeah, so the first thing you're really supposed to, like, you go to the Camp NaNoWriMo website and you make your project. So that's always the hard one for me because I have so many things on the go. I'm like, what do I want to commit to this month? So I haven't even decided yet. And you can't join a cabin until you make a project, so...
Mm-hmm. You can, though. You could say, like, unnamed project.
That's what I always end up doing. I try to be more, like, decisive, though.
Yeah. Is anyone going to work on 2 projects this month, like their Nano and something else, or no?
I probably
Too much. You probably will. Let's be honest. Because I have revisions, but I kind of want to start something else, too.
Do it.
New ideas.
Yeah. I'm working on my shiny new ideas, so.
Which one? There's
the one you guys are reading right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the other one's going to wait till November, you were saying, I think?
Yeah. Space Pirates is going to be NaNoWriMo.
I'm excited for that one.
Just give away the plot.
So much fun.
Space Pirates. That's the plot twist.
Do any of you guys have your word count in mind? Because with camp, you don't necessarily have to go with 50,000 words. You get to set your own goal. And that is, again, always something I struggle with. I'm like, I'm going to aim really high.
I want to make it manageable, especially if I'm doing 2 things at once, which I think I will.
Yeah. I think because this month, after finally getting out of this like massive writing slump, I set a goal to do 500 words a day. And so I think for July, I'm going to set like a 35K goal, so that'll bring me up to like just a little over 1,000 words a day. So like push myself a little bit, but not kill myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's manageable. I like 1,000 a day.
Yeah, I'll probably have like a really small goal because I don't have that much time to write every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you make it something you can actually hit, then you might actually take the time. Like, I know when I know what I'm going to do and I really, like, force myself to do it, I can do 500 words in 20 minutes, like, if I have to. And, like, the quality's not great, but you can get it out in 20 minutes, and I think anyone can.
Especially if you like
a rough draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea, actually, like, because usually I set big word count goals, especially during NaNoWriMo instead of camp. Like, I'll do, like, 2,000 or 3,000 a day, and it's like... It almost is like, oh, I have to do 2,000 words now.
Yeah,
you're like dreading it almost. But I think it was like 500. Be like, oh, that's no problem.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe what I'll do for camp this year. Is 500 a day. That's manageable.
Even with my like bigger word count goal months on Todoist, I have it broken up into $500 word chunks. So I get to check it off every time I hit 500 words, which is like easy. And then you do the next one, and then
Oh, I like that idea because it's like a reward for your brain that you can check that box off. I like this idea.
I stole that idea from you. I've been doing that.
I'm gonna steal that idea too.
If I hit like 500, I just add another one.
I tend to break it into like time amounts because it's easier for me to break it up into like write for 30 minutes or whatever than to say like write this many words because sometimes the words just aren't coming, you know.
Yeah. See, that's what I'll let myself do though. Like, oh, write for 30 minutes. I just have to stare at a screen for 30 minutes. I get to check this out. Like I won't get anything done.
See, I have to actually write for the 30 minutes or else I don't count.
Yeah. That's the thing I do. Like, I have one of those chicken egg timers, and I'll put it on for, like, 30 minutes. But then I will sometimes be like, I'll just quickly check Twitter over here. Like, no. So it's like 30 minutes of checking Twitter does not count.
Yeah. I get to check things off for results. I'm not giving myself any points for effort, unfortunately.
That's a good idea. I like that idea. Although sometimes the egg timer does help, especially if I keep it near me and I hear the like tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, geez.
I just feel like the world is going to explode if I don't hit my goal.
Well, then I always liked, I haven't used it in a long time, but write or die of that, like, you have to keep writing or everything's going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like reward systems. I don't know if I
Well,
like.
they also have it, like, it'll set it up that it'll show you a picture of a puppy every set number of words, or so you can go either with write or die. Yeah. So, I'll take a picture.
I just like write or die with puppies. We're gonna like throw this puppy into the ocean.
No!
If you don't reach your word count, I'm like, this is getting worse and worse.
All right, so what do you guys do to like plan ahead? Do you plot, looking at Megan, or how much do you go? Like, do you know what you're gonna do going into it for July 1st, or do you just kind of hope for the best?
I usually try to have some plotting done.
This one, I'm actually doing it a little differently. I have not plotted out every single little thing this time, and because I have started writing this one already, so Camp NaNoWriMo, Rebel style, but it's legal in Camp NaNoWriMo. So I like have written a few chapters to kind of like get a feel for the voice and stuff, and like really get the story kicked off. And this time I know what I want to happen in the middle, and I know what I want to happen at the end. And from there, I've just kind of been like, I have green note cards for one point of view and pink note cards for my other point of view. And I've just kind of been mapping out like, okay, well, this is happening right now, so what's this person going to do in retaliation? How's this going to affect what the next person does next? And just kind of like back and forth and back and forth. And it's been working really well so far, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm just changing things up or if it's because I'm actually paying more attention to what the characters would do. But we'll see how it goes.
I'm curious to see how it plays out for you.
Yeah. The little word there's going to be like no plot.
But then you can revise. It's just more revisions, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to plot out.
The other day I took my work in progress because I'm at a point where I was like, where am I going to go next in this story? Like I had to stop because I didn't know what was going to happen next. And I went through Story Fix's 4-part story structure thing and mapped out the different points in the story structure. And that's probably what I'm going to work on for Camp Nano anyway. But that was really helpful because I'm really good at a beginning and the end, and then I'm like, what's going to happen in the middle? I have no idea. And so that would help me find the high points all throughout the middle, so that so I have short goals to work towards instead of this is what's going to happen to the end, and I need to work towards that because that's really daunting. That's usually how I start Nano or anything like that.
Yeah. What genres is everyone working on, if you know?
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
As usual.
Yeah, I've got kind of a fantasy. I've got another nonfiction one. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place, as usual.
You should do the one we were reading.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep going with that, at least a chapter a week for writing.
Okay.
So we will see.
Because I love that one. It's good, you guys.
I might start on the tattoo one that I keep, it's been brewing at the back of my mind for a really long time, and I badly want to write it. So that might be a Camp Nano thing. At least start it, and then probably have to put it aside. But it's so bad. I have sorry, go ahead.
I was saying I've been working on one fantasy work in progress for a while, and now I'm really trying to force myself to finish it because I keep getting all these contemporary ideas, which is weird because I've never wanted to write contemporary before, but I keep getting all these ideas for contemporaries. I'm I just need to finish this fantasy I'm on because apparently this is what I want to write now. So.
Contemporary.
Yeah.
I never get contemporary ideas. I don't know why. It's just my brain doesn't work that way. Real life.
I do have trouble because I keep coming up with these contemporary ideas, and then I'm well, what would be the major conflict? And I'm without magic and dragons, I don't know what to do.
What always adds dragons?
How can there be conflict if there's no dragons?
What is this madness? You have to add dragons.
You can't have an over-the-top villain if it's contemporary.
Everything's better with dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that needs to be a t-shirt or a bumper sticker or something.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be surprised if it isn't already one.
Probably, actually.
It can be one of our Word Nerds t-shirts. Everything's better with dragons.
It's probably a Game of Thrones thing or something.
We have some comments and stuff, so I figured while Kelly has left us for a second, we could go through some of those. Alchemine, I don't know how to say that, but you just got published in your school's anthology, and now it's a book for sale, and that is awesome! Yay!
I don't know what we're cheering about, but yeah!
One of our watchers just got published in her school's, or his school's anthology, and now it's a book for sale.
That's huge news.
Yeah. Tim said, I've made the decision not to stress about word goal. Camp for me will be just getting back into the swing of writing every month with cabin. I don't know that acronym because I'm like a grandma. Cabin something to bounce excitement off. So the goal isn't as crucial as the breaking of the writing slump.
Very true.
Definitely.
I think that's what camp is like for a lot of people, because it's not, you know, like November where you're actually trying to write a whole novel at one time. It's just like getting yourself into the swing of things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then we have a question from Emily Walker. Do you have any tips for people who are editing during Camp Nano? I'm in my 3rd draft, and so far it's been a mix of rewriting and just tweaking some things.
After 3rd draft, that's hard when you're already on that like polished state.
Yeah, you're at the very end. I would say if you, I'm in the middle of the same thing, so I would say if you haven't printed out your manuscript yet, that's always when I know I'm almost done, when I print it out. And then I don't know how that counts towards your word count goals, but that's
don't worry too much about word count goals. Like even doing it is like set it up as a page goal. It has you know it's pages, and you get through a certain amount of pages every day, and just keep moving forward. I don't know why you only have a 200 word count goal for the entire month of July, but
like a negative 500 word goal. Yeah, definitely. I think too. If you're thinking like it may need like some more revisions, a good thing you could do is each week try and tackle like a certain arc. Like look at your character arcs one week, look at your plot arcs another, your setting arcs, and just kind of really taking the time to look at each thing individually and see if it is all doing a nice little curve.
Or go to Susan Denard's website for revision, because that's like the
that's basically what I'm talking about.
Well, she lays it all out for you. It's amazing.
She's so good.
Super.
She's too good. Yeah, I did revisions. I think it was last year. I think I did revisions last year for Camp Nano.
How did that go? Did you have a word count then? I'm curious because this is sort of what I'll be doing.
I remember how it jumped around, but I don't remember how you worked it.
Yeah. I wanted to add like 3 to 5K to the manuscript because I tend to write very, very short manuscripts.
Right, yeah.
And so I just went through, and then at the end I was like, okay, how many words have I added? Okay, need to do a little bit more.
Right, because if you have like a clunker of a manuscript like mine, I'm not going to be adding words, so I'm like, how's my word count goal gonna?
Right.
Like, I'm probably
I almost feel like I would set a word count goal for how many I wanted to cut. Like my word count goal is 10K, and then like measure how much you cut.
Yeah, it's funny because that's why I probably am not going to do the actual edits as like the Nano thing, but I could still set myself a goal for the month anyways for edits, but I think starting a new project will probably be easier to like calculate word count and stuff.
Yeah, and I think for sure if you're setting kind of a non-traditional goal, put it in your little like story description so that it's out there and people know what you're trying to do.
Help you stay accountable. Yeah.
You
can also tell the people in your cabin, like even if you're like me and you're gonna start one thing and then but be working on revisions at the same time, you can tell the people in your cabin like, hey, make sure that I've worked on revisions. Like check in with me, and like I'm not just grabbing my shiny new idea and running. I have to be working on this other thing too. Like poke me sometimes. Because that's what the people in your cabin are for, to like help each other out and chat with each other. And good.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I love Camp NaNoWriMo. It's just like it's a less pressure. I don't know, I probably love actual NaNoWriMo more so, but I really enjoy camp and I try not to miss them either just because
that's why there's like a balance between NaNoWriMo, because NaNoWriMo is like rah 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 coffee, like like just get her done, right? And then Camp Nano maybe having that twice in a year would be too much, right? So Camp Nano is kind of like a little more chill, but it's still good to like check in and like sort of restate your goals and start on something
we
new.
are all
maybe.
sitting around a campfire and we can do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more chill, but it's still really, really fun and motivational. So
Yeah,
I like
totally.
both.
Yeah.
They're both good for different reasons.
Yeah.
We've got some more comments / a question. Jordan is doing a historical fiction with some time travel, which sounds really cool, about like a criminologist.
Oh, cool.
And like Jack the Ripper.
I like the sound
So
of this.
that's really cool. And I hope that goes well. And then Nat has missed us, and we've missed Nat.
Yeah.
Courtney M. asked, how much do you guys outline for NaNoWriMo? Or Camp NaNoWriMo?
Usually a lot. But we'll see this year. Maybe I'm going to be like Megan and do something a little different.
Yeah.
I'm the other way, because I don't usually outline, and I might try. We'll see.
Yeah. I think Camp NaNoWriMo is a good time to shake things up and like, oh, well, maybe this will work better for me. Maybe it'll crash and burn. Let's find out.
Yeah.
It's a perfect
If
time
it does,
to
I can
experiment.
adjust my word count goal.
Exactly. I actually found this thing, this website, like I feel like I'm too reliant sometimes on plot outlines, like the guided kind, you know, like Hero's Journey and stuff like that. And sometimes it can come off like very, like, oh, your plot's too, like, structured, like it's too rigid and it doesn't flow. And, like, I've had that problem before. But I found this website called Write Like Rowling. And somebody's basically like gone over like really the basic steps that Rowling's plot took. Yeah, so I found it really interesting, but it's a bare bones enough outline that you can sort of just do what you want with it at the same time. And that's what I did with Bryony, the manuscript I finished. And I haven't had any complaints about the pacing this time, so I think that's what I'm going to stick to for Camp Nano.
I've actually been using, well, not really using, I'm planning to use at some point, the BetterNovelProject.com, which took Harry Potter, Twilight, and Hunger Games, so the three, like, big ones, and, like, kind of put together how their plots compared.
Better Novel, it's called?
BetterNovelProject.com.
Okay.
So they had this, like, master outline. So chapter 1, you introduce the hero. So age, body type, hero trait, hero's parents are dead / unavailable. Hero's everyday goal. Scene card, a bittersweet celebration. Character card, you introduce the villain right in that first chapter. And symbolism, briefly describe the hero's clothing to kind of set up that world. And that just keeps going through that. And, like,
really outlines it for you.
Oh, yeah. Somewhere between chapter 4.5 and 19.5, you introduce the awesome / awful land. So the Hunger Games, or Hogwarts, or vampires. So.
Oh, that's actually really similar to what the Write Like Rowling website is like, because he, like I said, it's loose enough that you can sort of go with it, but it still kind of gives you just like a guided.
This one's not that loose. It's very guided. Like it's,
you have
to be
but he still tells you like sometime in between chapter whatever and whatever.
Yeah.
So you can work with that, whereas like other things like, I don't know, other outlines can be very structured and be like, by 1/3 of the book, you need to have introduced like at this exact time, and I'm like, oh, too rigid, right? That's very cool. I still love my plot outlines.
Yeah. And I guess a lot of us have been talking kind of about how like Erin and I are like, oh, well, we're freestyling it a little bit, and how both of you have like kind of like really loose plotting. And so conversely, Nat asked is it really better to pants Camp NaNoWriMo?
It depends on different people.
Yeah, like if you're just trying to try things out or play around with the storyline, like if your main goal is getting out as many words as possible every day, it'll help to have an outline.
Yeah, sure. But you would have. I will say if you're not used to pantsing and you don't really have an idea, like your idea is vague about where you're going to go, but you're just like, must get word count out, you're going to have to revise so much.
Yeah.
You're, like, if I were doing that, it would just be word vomit and it would be, like, useless.
Yeah. Like, in terms of getting the most possible words out, just making it up completely as you go along would be the best strategy, but if you really want to, like, get something out of the time, Yeah, there's no rules, like,
not really, right? But I know for me that wouldn't work. I think it's different depending on what type of writer you are, right?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this book, I'm just kind of like, I really like this villain that I'm writing from the point of view of, and so my main goal is just to see like how much destruction she can wreak
I
before
love this.
someone like takes her out.
I love the idea of you just you're plotting around a character. You're letting her drive the plot. I love that idea. Get a little
hopefully it works. It may just go up in flames in the way my villain would love.
Crash and burn.
Yeah.
But that's what editing for is for later on, you know. Even if your manuscript turns out to be like this crazy hot mess, you just fix it later.
Oh yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, it's still that like balance of that whole NaNoWriMo just keep writing, get the words down idea with like I want to be able to look myself and my manuscript in the face after this is done and actually want to continue working on it rather than just like execute it all.
I think, you know, I experienced the same thing with word sprints. Like when we were doing a bunch of word sprints for a while, it was really like, oh, I got, you know, 10 minutes, get down as many words as I can, even if it's not really like, it would just be like a random scene that popped into my head with my characters in it. And I didn't use half those scenes, but at the same time, I don't regret doing it because I feel like you also get to know your characters more when you do stuff like that. Or it's like, oh, maybe I'll use it later in the series. Or, you know, you're never going to look back and be like, oh, I really regret writing that thing. You know, I don't think that many people have that thought usually. It's just all a learning experience, you know.
Yeah. Oh, man. Have y'all got, like, any playlists prepped or any music in mind?
I never do that. People
Really?
do that. I should start doing that. What about you?
I like the like background noises rather than actual music.
Are you doing Harry Potter dorm room noises?
Probably.
That's so cool.
Got, like, all of the Danny Elfman, like, really creepy soundtracks and just put them, like, all in one Spotify playlist. And I've just been, like, listening to it nonstop.
I love all the two Steps from Hell songs. That will be my full playlist. It depends on the type of story, but for this story, I think it'll be all 2 Steps from Hell, probably. I can't have anything with lyrics, or I get really distracted.
Yeah.
For me, it's more I do like lyric songs as like my get pumped up to write, be less sleepy. Playlist.
Yeah, listen to like songs with lyrics before I start writing, and then I listen without lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm awake, I'm excited, let's do this.
Yeah, that's fine. If I put one on, like, especially if it's one I really know and I usually sing along to, then I'll get no writing done. So I'll be like, damn, in my chair.
Yeah, I've been getting a little better. I can write to some music, but it is like music that I don't sing along to that much.
Never attempt writing to Disney music, it won't work.
Oh, no. I totally sing along to every single Disney song ever. I've been getting really into, like, electro swing lately, and it's just really weird, quirky music, and I love it. But some of it is really weird. Like, I'll be writing away, and then it'll be like, I want to break his neck, and I'm like, what? Like, it really distracts from the writing. I'm, like, writing a love or something, and I'm like, okay. So normally it's music that I know is not going to be just like throw me out of the story or something somehow. So I really like 2 Steps from Hell. There's no words.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you guys like? Are there any other big preparations you try to do in terms of like getting ready to write, or like make the most out of your writing session? What do you need with you while you're writing?
Tea.
Yeah, tea's the big one for me.
Water.
You're better than us. Happy, healthier than us.
Nah, I get migraines like really easily. And so it's like caffeine can like bring on a migraine, or it can help alleviate it. Like depending on when I get it.
It's so weird. I actually think I'm a little addicted to my tea because like I mean, it's not really something to laugh at, but I think it's true. Like because I went for a few days on vacation without it, and I was just like headaches every day, and I'm like,
Same thing happens to me.
I'm addicted to caffeine. It's really not good.
I've never had a cup of coffee in my life, but I can't live without tea.
Same. Though people always tell me when they see me drinking like Earl Grey tea, like, oh, you probably think that's better than coffee, but there's like more caffeine in that than coffee. And I'm like, I'm not drinking it to like be better than you. I'm just drinking it because I hate coffee. Like.
Yeah. Actually, I bought an Oreo ice cap at Tim Hortons yesterday. I know. And then like thinking, okay, I've never actually tried a full coffee thing. Well, I couldn't finish it. Oops. Like
really?
I drank the whipped cream and the cookie bits, and that was pretty much it.
Oh, you're really sensitive to coffee taste. See, I like ice caps from Tim Hortons.
They still taste like coffee.
To me, they don't. They just taste like sugar. But like straight up coffee, no thanks. I do not like it. But yeah, tea. The thing is, I have like 2 or 3 cups of tea a day, which is I know what my problem is. Yeah. It's an addiction, guys. But I also, my one of my things that I have to have if I'm writing is my Life is a Story mug.
That's awesome.
It's kind of become a ritual because Make Yours a Bestseller is on the bottom, and so it's like my lucky mug now. I'm not actually suspicious, but apparently I am.
Yeah, I like to, because I write in Scrivener, and so I like to set it in the full screen mode where the background is really, really dark.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can't look at like how many words I've written, and I can't like, oh look, I just got a notification over here. Like,
yeah.
Get really
I want to start putting my phone away. I think for the entire month of July, I'm not allowed touching my phone when I sit down at my desk. Because I'm always like, and I heard them say this over on that self-publishing blog. I can't remember what it's called. The people who wrote Write, Publish, Repeat.
Self-publishing podcast.
Yes, thank you. They said that, like, you know, the one guy's like, oh, I always have my phone there. I check it sometimes because I talk myself into this ridiculousness. Like, there might be an emergency. Somebody might call me because there's an emergency. There's not going to be an emergency. Like, you're just addicted to your phone. And that's what I do all the time, like, rationalizing having my phone there all the time, and then I check it. So I think that's one of my goals for Nano, is kicking the phone habit.
That's a good one.
It is.
I put mine on Do Not Disturb mode, and that helps some, because then I can just like put it face down, and I'm not going to know if anyone's texting me or anything. But I do still get like the, oh, well, I'll just check and see if anyone said anything.
What if my neighbor's house is on fire and they're calling me? Or somebody's saying something to me on Twitter? It's emergency.
Yeah, it's critically important.
Yeah, such a distraction.
Yeah, I don't use my phone for anything when people know not to call me because I very rarely pick up or have it anywhere near me. So, like, everyone talks to me on Facebook, which is so easy to get to from, like, here's Word and here's Facebook. Or Twitter is right there on my computer, and I can't make it go away. I try to get those, like, Chrome extensions that turn off all those websites, and it never sticks. And it's just,
It helps that I get really crappy internet back in my bedroom where I write.
That would actually help.
Can't do anything.
No.
Our house is too long. Wi-Fi doesn't reach.
It's just like I just need to grow some willpower is what it is, and just have like 3 hours where I just don't check Twitter, you know. And I've kicked other habits before, but like this one's a tough one.
Or like apply a consequence. My husband is like a behavioral scientist, and he's all about like positive and negative consequences
to yourself. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I'm not allowed eating this if I do this, and I'm like, I'm allowed doing whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a grown up. I do what I want.
I function very well with consequences.
I'm rereading Hyperbole and a Half right now, which has exactly that on her like motivation one of like, you can't have chocolate chip cookies if you don't do the thing. Yes, I can, which is totally how me and negative consequences work. You're not the boss of me.
Yeah.
See.
Yes, I am.
For one, they work really, really well for me, but also, two, like, my husband always asks what I'm doing, and so he always knows. So if he comes in and I'm eating my writing reward chips, he's going to ask if I did my writing.
Yeah, I never did
great.
well in college with that, like, read a page and eat an M&M thing, because I'd be like, I'm just going to eat them. I'm always like, no, like, after a page, I'll read an M&M. I'm like, well, I read a paragraph. That's pretty good. Like,
Yeah. That was like, I actually I think they were doing behavioral analysis stuff on us in kindergarten because that's what they did to us in kindergarten. I still remember this because I got in trouble because they gave us like 10 Smarties and they were like, okay, now we're going to do this with the Smarties. And I'm like, I already ate them. They're gone. Like, I don't know what you want me to do with them. It's too late. Give me 10 more or I'm out. It doesn't last. It doesn't work. Like, I told my husband, like, oh, you know, I don't do this anymore. I used to be like, don't let me eat this. And then he'll be like, well, you said it. And I'm like, nope. That was the old me. Don't you tell me what to eat.
I'm like, don't let me do this. And then I'm like, oh, I really want to do it. And he's like, go ahead and do it if you want to.
That's because your husband's so sweet. Mine will be like, you said you didn't want to do it, and I'll be like, don't backtalk to me. Like, do what I want. Exactly. But I don't care. I'll do it anyways. It's not effective.
Yeah, it's very much like a discipline versus motivation thing. Like,
Yeah.
do you actually do it because you know you're supposed to do it, or do you keep trying to convince yourself to do it?
Mm-hmm. See, I'm pretty good.
Doing it.
I'm pretty good if I'm like, I'm gonna write 2,000 words today, and like I'll do it. Like, I'll do that. If it's something like I'm going to do this, I'll do it. If it's something like I am not going to do this, that's when I have an issue. It's like I'm not going to check Twitter. Yeah, I can do that. And then
But if you get the results, you get it done. Then it's.
I still get it done.
Twitter.
It's true, but I could get more done if I kick the Twitter habit.
So you have to set the first thing to be like, I'm going to get more done.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a mindset thing.
Yeah. Very much baby steps.
I need to take a psychology course or something so I can learn to talk myself into things. Change your mindset.
Yeah, this month I was trying like baby steps. Okay, this week I'm going to write 1,000 words every day, and I did that, and then 2,000 words every day. And then I got 2 days into 3,000 words every day, and then it just crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3,000 is too much for me.
I don't know, I can do 5 in a few hours if I like, and I know I can, which is what makes it so annoying that I don't want to.
Yeah. See, for me, like, I can do a 5 or 6K day. I think I've done one 10K day, but it's like super not sustainable.
No, it's not. No.
I do that, and then I only write like 100 words for the next 5 days.
Yeah, so true. I can't remember why I did that, but I did that at one point. I did 10,000 in one day, and then it was like my wrist hurt, my brain hurts. I'm done for like a week.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get up to like 10, but I'd love to be able to like sustain 3 or 4. Would be great.
That would be awesome.
I want this to be my job. I need higher output, and I can do it. I'm just really.
It's true, but I don't think you have to pressure yourself into that though, because I feel like I've looked at professional writers' word counts before, and it's not like 4K. A lot of them don't.
Yeah, but it's different with self-publishing. That like I'm not locked into one book a year.
Yeah, that's true.
I can do more. I don't have to wait to publish.
I think you're looking at like self-publishing podcasts, and they output a ridiculous amount per day. I know other self-publishers
I don't even want to do that.
Other self-publishers don't do as much as that. You have to keep it manageable for yourself. I was doing 2K for a while, but even that, I don't know. That's a lot. I think that's manageable because I'll do 1K and then come back later and do second.
Yeah, it's like hard but easier to do like 1,000 or 2,000 in
at a
1 to 2 sittings. Yeah,
exactly.
Breaking it up makes a big difference.
And
you need to get up and walk around instead of like forcing yourself to do 3,000 words in like one sitting.
Yeah.
It'd be way harder.
I think my goal for Camp Nano is going to be to like get up, get the writing goal done, and then do the rest of the work that has to get done.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That way the writing goes very first.
I like that idea.
My brain works better at night. Like I always try that, and like it goes slower than the same amount of writing at nighttime. But then I'm leaving it to the end of the day where I can. I'll do it tomorrow. So like my writing quality is better at night, but I don't want to do it in the morning.
Yeah, and we walk our dog like 2 miles every night, and so it's like by the time we get home, I'm just like done. Can't handle thinking anymore. I just like lay in bed and read until I fall asleep.
I always, I get into veg mode too, like after dinner. And I'm like TV and just like lying there on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
dinner's usually what finishes me. If it's really good, I just want to nap after.
yeah, exactly. It's like always like I cut my day in half pretty much, like before lunch and after lunch. So like I would have to choose a Nano time. Like Nano will probably be in the morning, I would guess. That's what I'll do. My Camp Nano writing, and then editing after lunch.
We have an interesting question from Nat that I feel like it's going to make us think a little. He said, I believe as writers we all have our own eccentricities while we draft a story. But out of all of you, who do you think is the quirkiest when they're writing?
Like the process of writing?
That's my guess. That's what I'm interpreting it as.
Well, for you guys, do you have any quirks that jump to mind for yourself of like while you're writing?
Like rituals type of thing?
Whatever. Or how you write, or how you edit it, or...
I used to light a candle every time I wrote, which would get me in the writing space, but I don't do it anymore because I don't want to set my apartment on fire.
Good desire.
I have some days where I like can't think when I'm looking at the computer, so I have to write by hand. It doesn't happen every day, but I have days where I have to write it by hand because like I just stare at the computer and then I like get out a notebook and like I just like write a ton. But
it's funny because I'm totally with you on that one. I had to do that with Bryony. If I start something by hand, I can't finish it on the computer. If I start something one way, I have to finish it the same way. Because like I tried that with the last manuscript. Like I was like halfway through, I'm like, it's taking so long. I'm just gonna type it out and then I'm gonna finish the rest on the computer. And I just sat there and stared at it. And I couldn't get anything out.
Yeah. I find just on days that I'm like really easily distractible, it's easier for me to write by hand because I don't have Facebook and Twitter and all that, you know?
Yeah, so true. That must be why it works. And you can take a notepad anywhere. Like
that's the other thing.
Right with it.
Because I spend like half my work day just at the circulation desk at the library, so I can just have my notebook next to me.
That's awesome.
While we're like,
my handwriting is really bad though. Like, it would be difficult for me to, like, figure out what I said.
Sometimes I'll do that, but, like, I used to get my D's and B's backwards all the time when I first started writing everything in my hand. It drives me crazy. Like, I'm having a stroke or something. I know my D's and B's.
Yeah. I think I write fairly normal. I have, like, some clothing anxiety. Occasionally where like if I'm feeling mildly anxious, then like the clothes I'm wearing are suddenly like too tight or too loose or I need to change immediately. And so that can lead to like some really interesting writing situations where I've got like my hair on top of my head up here and I'm like wearing like jeans and just like crazy shirts. I've like suddenly piled on like 2 of my husband's shirts.
Being like the exact perfect temperature is important to me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Crucial.
Certain things need to be certain ways for the creativity factor. Like, it's funny because here's another thing actually that I was thinking. I can't write in coffee shops because if I'm writing like a scene that's really emotional, like if a character's laughing or smiling or angry, I will mimic the expression. I won't laugh out loud. I'm not that crazy. But if it's like she frowned, I will be frowning, or she smiled.
That's hilarious.
So I look like an insane person. So I can't sit in a coffee shop because people will be like, "What is wrong with this person?" Like smiling and then frowning and then, like intensely glaring at her paper. Like, so I can't write in public.
Megan, do you still read Poe before you write?
Not all the time anymore because I've been like running low on Poe.
Yeah, and then I figured when you were doing that, I was like, eventually he's dead. You're gonna run out eventually.
I've scaled back a little on the Poe, but my money. This may or may not be accurate. My guess is that Erica is the quirkiest of all of us during writing.
What does she do?
Or just in general.
Yeah, just in general. She's like the quirkiest of all of us. So I feel like it would transfer over to writing.
Probably.
I try not to be
probably
too like. Go ahead.
What's that? I was gonna say she just probably has weird rituals before she writes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She has to live all by herself so she can be super quirky.
Yeah, she can do whatever the heck she wants, and no one will judge her except the people outside, and screw those guys.
Yeah.
No one likes those guys anyways.
Well, anyone have anything else they want to cover for this, or anything you want to make sure you get done before NaNoWriMo starts, or? I'm just gonna try to go into the month with like a manageable to-do list or to-do list if you're me. But
well, I think I want to finish most of my edits, like the line edits before, and then I only have to concentrate on other people's line edits and stuff for the editing. So it's like super basic, so I can concentrate on my shiny new idea. So that's about it. And stock up on tea.
Yeah, I would really, really like to, before Camp Nano starts, to get up to like the inciting incident of my book.
So you can just go.
Yeah. Well, because we're going to be driving across the country from like the 1st to the 4th. And so I want to like have as much momentum as possible so that I don't just totally die out and fail at everything when I don't write during those 4 days.
Has anyone ever written by hand while doing Nano? Like, I thought about this, but like, I guess you'd have to estimate your page/word count.
Yeah, I know they have a way for you to do it.
Okay. Because I thought about
by hand.
I
I can't quite remember how it works, but I know you can verify it even if you've written it by hand.
calculate your word count per page, I assume, is what you would do.
Yeah.
Rather than being like 1, 2, 3, 4. Not practical.
Tried that before. Does not work. I get like halfway through the page and I'm like, wait, what was I on?
Nope. Sounds like way too much work.
Yeah. There was something I was going to ask. What was it?
You look like a dolphin.
For preparation, do you guys like pick out all your names before you get started, or do you kind of like come up with your names as you go?
I should come up with my names now that you're asking
Yeah.
that question. Like, 'cause I just like make them up on the fly and don't remember what they are.
and I like change them like multiple times throughout. I'm like, it was something like this.
Who is this guy supposed to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just be like General Blank or like something like that.
General
Like,
Blank.
Like, I'll listen later. I'll figure it out later.
General Bob. I'll come back later
Yeah.
and change his name.
Or like City Blank. Like, something
Yeah.
cartoon. I don't know what.
Yeah, I do that too. With just side characters and stuff, I'll do that. But if it's the main characters, like I
Yeah,
always
those
know the main
beforehand.
character's name. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But then again, like you and I are both plotters, so I'm sure.
Yeah, it's very true. I like to keep like a list of names. So like for
I
this
do
one,
that.
I wanted the names to be like Greek inspired, and so I just looked up like a
Cool.
crap ton of names and just have a list of
You don't-
female and male.
If you're like on a roll, I know for me, if I'm on a roll, I'm like the words are coming. I don't want to stop and do a search and try to find a name because then I'll get distracted and end up on Facebook because I don't know. Or I'm on some random BuzzFeed article about monkeys and I don't know how I got there. It's just like this black hole that sucks you in. So yeah, I like having everything prepared. Same with research actually. If I'm writing about this certain place in New York, I want to have my research done before I start writing because otherwise, like I said, you get sucked in and you end up, reading articles for 4 hours instead of writing. So
Yeah. I want to like try and come up with like a list of place names too, because I feel pretty good about like the number of character names I have right now. And there are some of them that like I've written the meanings beside them. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
That's
Maybe
cool.
use this for this character. But
Actually,
I have like
really-
one place name.
I really love baby name books. I actually have one just like beside my desk, and then I just like flip through if I need to, because it has all the meanings. It has all the like countries where the name originated from, and then I don't have to look anything up, right? And if I flip through
Yeah,
and
then you
stab,
don't even have to open your internet.
yeah, and especially for like side characters, I'll just go like this one. Okay, he's Jory. weird name, but you know, it's a random character. I don't have to put any thought into it. So I'm not one of those people that's like the name must be deeply symbolic. Like, nah. If I like the name, I'll use it.
Yeah. I like to have them mean a little something for like the major characters.
Yeah. For the main character.
Occasionally it just sounds like that character, and then I just use it. But I like to try and have some sort of meaning behind it.
Do you guys have pictures of the character? I didn't used to, but now I do. Like, do you pick out a Google picture before you go and put it in Scrivener and stuff?
I've more recently started doing like Pinterest for characters.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I actually find that
I like to wait a little bit.
I didn't. Yeah, okay, like, actually, I agree. Like, I'll usually do, like, chapter 1 or 2 and then get one. Because I've got starting to form, like, a vague idea in my head of what they look like. And then actually, like, I love the idea of having a beta reader and then being like, pick a picture off online or somewhere. Like, what do you think they look like? And see how, like, good of a job I've done describing them. See if that other person picturing this sort of similar thing. Of course, you're not going to have the exact same. Nobody ever thinks characters look the same, but
I'm having kind of a hard time this time because my evil point of view character, she wears a veil over her face like all the time, like only slightly sheer black veil. And so I'm like, what do you look like underneath there? What's going on?
Does she wear the veil just because she wants to like stir shit up, or does she wear it because she has a issue there?
There's no issues. There's something very, very, very terrible happened to her.
Okay.
Several years prior to that, and after that, she was like, "That's it." It involved her twin brother, and it's like we have the same face, so no one can look at this face again.
Oh, very cool. I like that. Cool idea. But you don't know what she looks like yet?
I have, like, again, like, really vague, like, I think she's got brown hair. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, whenever the veil comes off.
Sometimes, like, when I'm reading, it's sort of, like, semi-important to me. When I'm actually writing, it's not a huge deal to me at first what they look like. I don't describe it very much, like, a little bit. Hair color, eye color, but beyond that, like, what do? Stand them in a mirror and be like, this is the details of my face, you know, like, you can do, I don't know, basic stuff, but I don't want to read long descriptions of characters either, really.
Yeah.
Like.
I much prefer bits and pieces here and there.
Exactly.
So that, like,
scattered through the story in a way that's natural and not like, I am describing what the character looks like.
I have just awoken. Now I am looking in the mirror.
Don't forget you woke to your alarm clock.
Yes.
Or a dream. Or a dream. Or an alarm clock in the dream. And then you
preferably.
How beautiful I am in the mirror.
But not really.
But I think I'm plain.
So hot, but I think I'm so ugly.
And all the boys at school love me. I don't know why. Anyway. Don't start your Nano novel like that. Or if it is, revise it.
Yeah, if you need to start it that way, you can revise it later. It's okay.
Or
it's all good.
You can start it like that if it's like really different. Like Divergent started that way, basically. I mean, not the whole I'm so pretty, I'm so plain thing, but there was a reason she was looking in the mirror. So you can do that.
And Hunger Games starts with her waking up.
True. Yes.
And multiple Harry Potter books start with like a vision and then Harry waking up.
True. Yeah. True. Yeah. Can always be done if it's done well, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you break the rules, do it deliberately.
Yeah. You're going and knowing the rules before you break them. That really reminds me of that like Inner Ninja song for some reason. I think it's a Ninja song. But it's true. If you know the rules and why the rules are in place, and then you turn the rules on their head and break them, but you know what you're doing, it can really have a good effect.
It's very much the same for grammar. Like, if you're going to do something that's not technically correct, you should know that what you're not doing is technically correct. So.
Yeah.
Like, if you're using sentence fragments, you should know that they're not grammatically correct and be using
So, like, know how it's going to be
for impact.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like, you can tell when it wasn't done intentionally. Like reading it, it's like, oh, you didn't realize that wasn't a sentence. Versus, holy crap, that's very powerful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or like story-wise, when it's like, you just had your character wake up and you started the book there just because that's where their day starts, not because it's where the story starts.
Yeah.
The character like wakes up and brushes their teeth and gets ready for school.
Yeah.
But again, even if you start that way, it's the type of thing that, that's why beta readers are important, because they'll tell you your story starts at chapter 2, chop off chapter 1, and
yeah,
problem solved.
Yeah. Beta readers are the bomb. If you're revising during Camp Nano, it could also be good to start like contacting some beta readers. Mm-hmm. Like maybe set a goal to contact 3 people and ask them
or
if
even
they'd be willing to read your book.
Like if you find a really good cabin and you really enjoy the people in the cabin, be like, hey, like let's beta read for each other after July is over. Like once our projects are done. So, great place to meet beta readers, actually.
Yeah, because anyone who's using the cabin is pretty passionate about working with other writers.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
makes me sad how like inactive most cabins end up being. So try talking to your teammates early on to get the conversation going, because it can be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's another goal I'm setting, is to be a little more cabin active. Because I'm not like great at social media. Like if someone comments on something, it takes me a long time to pluck up the courage to like reply. So maybe I can get better at that during camp. Oh yeah, I like super stressed. Someone like comments, "Oh, I loved your video. This is what I'm doing." And I sit there, I'm like, "What should I say back? I want them to know I support them, and I think their idea is awesome."
The one place I'm not afraid of looking like an idiot. Put me in a real life situation, and I'm like, I'm not saying anything. On the internet, I'm like, yeah.
In real life, I can just move. My home. Like, that's what I was talking about this week on Vlogbrothers.
In real life, like 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh, this would have been a really witty response.
Yeah.
And then I get something really stupid, like, yeah.
Or you like, I wish I had, not said that, or I wish I had said that. I always do that. Mm-hmm. It would have been really cool if I made this passionate, stirring speech at this point.
But I didn't. I did not have one prepared.
Yep.
We can't all be arrogant.
I think it's a problem when you read a lot, because you're like, why don't I sound so like eloquent? It's like I never know the right thing to say until an hour later.
Yeah, I wish I could talk like the Gilmore Girls, but
nobody talks like the Gilmore Girls. I wish I talked entirely in one-liners.
And movie references.
Yeah. I had a friend who I hadn't seen the Gilmore Girls, and I didn't know that she was constantly quoting the lines from the Gilmore Girls, and I was like, you're really witty and funny, and then later watching the Gilmore Girls being like, you don't actually have it, you never said anything that was like not from the Gilmore Girls.
I had my husband we watched Mean Girls together recently, and it was like his first time seeing it, and like there were like multiple times where he's like, oh, that's what you're saying all the time. I get what you're saying.
That's what that is.
I get where you got it from now.
All right, time to wrap, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going like 55 minutes or something.
Yeah, no last minute questions.
Not that I'm seeing. Do Camp NaNoWriMo. Even if you don't have anything planned yet, just plan it today. Yeah. You can do it.
And watch the videos on the official Camp Nano channel. We'll be on Wednesday.
July 1st.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had an outro planned, and then I got distracted, and I don't remember what I was going to say. So,
next week.
Next week we are doing our book club, which is Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda by Becky and like we've all absolutely loved it. And it's such a quick read. So if you guys have any interest in reading that book, Yeah, you can see it kind of behind Erin there. It is such a good read, and we can't wait to talk about it. So that's what we'll be doing next Sunday during our live chat, so hopefully we'll see you all then. And as usual, we'll see you throughout the week as we gear up for Camp NaNoWriMo. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.